that today?
Yeah, I mean, they have been, you know, they went through the things that so many good teams go through, a February or March where you get off kilter and all of a sudden, you know, all these bubble talks and NCAA, it just magnifies every loss. And they had a great win yesterday, right, over an Illinois team, and they came in really confident. And we really responded from the very beginning. I love the way we came out and then sustained ourselves.
John, 9 straight Big Ten tournament wins is a new record. Just what makes this team so great as of late in these quick one-day tournaments?
I have no idea. We just try to, you know, nothing's intentional here. We're just trying to coach them every single day. If you try to put it together, a culture where people try to get better every day, they try and learn, and hopefully that must be. I'm sure it's part of it. But I'm not going to go around studying why are we winning in these tournaments. You know, I'm just keep trying to coach, and it keeps happening, and that's great.
How crucial was John's ability to stay out of foul trouble?
Yeah, I mean, the big difference in the last game, remember, Iggy was in foul, John was in foul trouble. He did not have, with the exception of 1 or 2, he played really smart basketball to stay in the game. We all did. We had everybody, we had no more than 1 foul at half, and that was huge. I got really worried when they started out, got 1-1 early, right? Fortunately, they missed some foul shots, and we stopped fouling them.
John, what worked for you guys this time that didn't in your last matchup against them?
We got in really big foul trouble last time. I mean, right from the get-go. John swiped at the ball, and it was, I think it was 1 minute gone on the clock, and all of a sudden he had 1 foul. He went back, and he got another foul. And that was huge for us. So play without a big guy against those big guys, that was a big difference. Down 13, we lost by 13 or 14.
And defensively, what did you see from, you know, Livers, Teskey, and Iggy against those Iowa's big men?
Well, it's not easy at the beginning. They're big. They got great jump hooks. They got great presence about them. But once we got used to that size and we denied them more later on, we made it tough. Make them dribble it a couple of times. Then we can scratch and give a little bit of help.
Talk about Charles' impact defensively.
It's huge. I mean, at the backside, it's like, you know, a great pro football team. Or University of Michigan losing the star safety that is just telling everybody where to go. Or he's a quarterback on defense, and he does a great job of helping us there and really making up for other people's mistakes.
What was the key to chasing Iowa off the arc today? I think they just had to 1-3.
Yeah. It was a bank one, and Brandon said he blocked it. So that's a formula you have to do with them. If you watched their game last night, you know, and I can't say enough about Xavier's job on Bohannon, right, and JP's job on Moss. Now, we challenged our guards this week, right? They've had some really good defensive games. They've had some ones that I'm sure they would have liked to have done better. We can't do that anymore. We can't pick and choose when we're going to play defense. We got to play defense every game, or your season will be over.
How much does Xavier help in instilling that mentality on the whole team?
Well, he's a great example setter of how you should play the game defensively. And I mean, what he did with Bohannon, Bohannon he's averaging 3 makes a game, right? So I think he only got 2 shots off.
John, what did you see out of Eli? DeAndre said he was playing Bohannon in scout team this week, and that really kind of helped him with it.
He's been playing everybody. We decided to go with him as a scout teamer that could give us what we needed from the different people that we had, whether it was Cassius Winston, whether it was the Maryland guard.
Cowan.
Cowan. And then he could give us that stuff, and it was more realistic. And that way David could just concentrate on doing that. But in the midst of all that, he was getting buckets every day. We're saying, why aren't you doing this in the game? And he just needed that confidence to get that stuff going.
Now that he's back, John, just how difficult was it going into games with almost 2 plans without Charles?
3 plans. Yeah, we had 3 plans, and we went through it. And then have to wait all day. I had to explain to it and then last night, you know, midnight, we're finding out who we're really going to play. 11:30. You're not going to wake the kids up and say, let's start. We had 3 different meetings today. I'm sure we wore the guys out. You know, they went here, we had a film, then they came back 2 hours later, right? We had offense, we came back 2 hours later, we had defense, and we ate. And it was really, they did a great job of adapting to there couldn't be 2 teams more different than Illinois and Iowa, and we had to prepare for both.
With with Eli, where do you see that confidence come from?
Just because he's on the scout team now, it's amazing. It's a magical formula. Just change his jersey, tell him he's somebody else, and they play out of their minds. It happens with you. Should have seen Brandon Johns yesterday being Tyler Cook. It was like beautiful to watch. But there's that, you got to push through that, and you just got to learn that I'm the same guy. I don't have to be called Tyler Cook to play well. And so it's a phenomena that my assistant says they're at Oakland, they're at Toledo. It's the same thing everywhere. The kids just play better on the scout team because they're playing not to fail.
How big was Isaiah in helping bust the zone? His shooting?
Yeah, I mean, when him coming off the bench, you know, those 3 games that we played with Maryland, with Nebraska, and then with Michigan State, without Charles, we're really, you know, we were fortunate in a couple games we didn't get in foul trouble. When we got in foul trouble and there's no Isaiah, that's a big difference.
Was it not until warm-ups that you knew Charles?
No, I thought, you know, the way he felt, and I just asked him when he came in. But you know, when he came and shot around today, he tried to do some things. And he said, "I'm good, let's go." And I talked with Isaiah, and I said, "Isaiah, you know, you're playing great. We need to come off the bench. This guy, he deserves to play." And Isaiah said, "Yeah, absolutely." So we started him.
Charles, we've got time for a couple more guys.
Charles said he's not 100% yet. I guess is there any concern about playing him on a back-to-back?
I think his wind is where it is, and I think what happened today is wind got blown out. That's exactly what he needs for tomorrow. No concerns.
How about Minnesota? Real quick, a word on them.
Thank God we just played them a couple weeks ago. It's so talented. You come in here, right, and who'd they beat last night?
Penn State.
Or was it no, it was the last night, right? And then they beat, and then beat Purdue.
Yeah, sorry.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't Penn State.
No,
Yes,
it was Penn State.
Last night. Right. So we were watching that. You beat those 2 teams, right? I mean, those are 2 really good teams, right? And so that's the great part about these tournaments. People can just all of a sudden play well, and they've been a good team all year long. And so they've had some great wins. We're going to have to play just like we did today, if not better, to beat them.
Offensively, I guess, did anything specifically kind of click for you guys after Eli hit that 3 to break, I think, like a 6?
Yeah, I think that it looked like earlier they were going to go all zone. We scored against a man, and now they're going to go all zone. And that bothered us at their place. We didn't play very well. So once they ended up, we made a couple threes, Eli made them, and that we busted that out a little bit, and then we had to adapt to all the changing defense they were doing. But our defense was just good enough to get some fast breaks to get some things to win.
All right, thanks, guys.
We're good? All right, thanks.